I want you all just to close your eyes and think of a moment in your life feeling the most vulnerable, confused, frustrated, angry, sad. A moment that has probably shaped you, not defined you, but rather has impacted your way of life. Just take this moment and pause. My moment, age 23, was the day the first ophthalmologist told my mom and I that I would be blind by 50 and that I should, without fail, learn Braille. I think most of you can just imagine how I felt. After many, many second opinions, the seventh ophthalmologist, a gent who was visiting at Dr. Joanne Miller's office, Dr. Peter Ambrose, diagnosed me with a very rare genetic condition called Stargardt's. How many of you here today have Stargardt's? So the funny thing is you're probably putting up your hand, I can't see it. Sorry, this font is transferred onto my iPad so small, so I'm struggling a bit. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with this condition, Stargardt's is a progressive vision loss. It affects the retina, specifically affecting the small area near the center of the retina called the macula. And this macula is responsible for sharp central vision. Things like reading, recognizing faces, driving, etc., etc. I'm not going to go into too much detail about what Stargardt's is, but looking back at this time in my life, losing my independence in driving hit me the most. My mom employed a very young, handsome-looking chauffeur, an Italian guy, which I think most of you think, great, wow, amazing. But honestly, I felt trapped. I pursued someone that I heard of, a lecturer at UJ, who specialized in all sorts of gadgets in low vision. Hazel, who is now one of the owners at the Low Vision Center in Randburg. I was told that there were several things that I could do, or tests that I could undergo to possibly obtain driving glasses. And if I qualified, obviously, with enough vision. I did whatever it took, and my new glasses arrived from the States. I had to undergo training just to learn how to walk with them, never mind drive with them. Recognizing faces, seeing detail, and reading became non-existent in my life, amongst other things. So you might all be wondering, how did I get into sport, and specifically into parasport? And at age 26, I met a man who absolutely loved sport. However, I couldn't even run 2 kilometers around Rhodes Park in Kensington. And due to my lack of knowledge, that when he said to me, come and let's cycle on a tandem, I said to him, if you dare exceed 10 kilometers an hour, it's over. Mm-hmm. He wanted me to be a part of everything that he loved, and he introduced me to running, paddling, cycling, CrossFit, etc. In a nutshell, when I saw my ophthalmologist a little while later, Dr. Joanne Miller, from the Eye Specialist Center, for a checkup, she asked me what had changed in my life, because my eyes were looking great. We then cycled the 94.7 ride Joburg together, and I fell in love with not only cycling but running. And so I ticked off Comrades off my bucket list and ran it twice, in 2018 and 2019, unassisted. I have fallen many times during my training, and I know that I will keep falling, and that's just a part of it. So the puzzle pieces started falling into place. In December 2019, my husband Dion, the same man I'd met 10 years earlier, bought me swimming lessons for Christmas, guys. The following Feb in 2020, just before lockdown, I had 4 profound moments that took place in my life. Number 1, because I was a member of Retina South Africa, I was notified of the first clinical trial coming to South Africa. I was selected to be a part of this, and it was specifically for Stargardt's, which took place over a 2-year period. I was one of, I think, about 150 patients, and I know that South Africa recruited the most patients. The aim was from what I understand, was to see if they could slow down the progression of the disease, because there is no cure or treatment at the moment. And from my understanding, this trial was unsuccessful. The second thing that happened that year was I entered and raced the Disc Ride for Sight as a para-athlete. This event is Retina South Africa's flagship fundraising event. And even though I did not classify myself as someone who's disabled, I decided to enter under the para category or under the disabled category. This category has been specifically created for anyone with a visual or physical disability, allowing us the opportunity to compete against one another and be a part of something truly amazing. This category has its own sponsors, prizes, and prize money. Dion and I cycled on a tandem. We placed first mixed tandem in the able bodies and second para team. The third thing that happened that year was on that day, I met Gavin Kilpatrick, the first other person I'd ever met with Stargardt's, and this was 15 years after my diagnosis. He had earned bronze at the Paralympics in Beijing, and he was very keen to find out all about me. So, after the prize giving, he said to me, "Linsay, so what is your disability? Because I have this invisible disability." The second question he asked me was, "So, do you do triathlons?" Of which I answered, "Definitely not. You will not find me dead in the sea swimming." And the fourth thing that happened to me was 2 weeks later, I did my first triathlon in Durban, which included swimming in the sea, with a female guide, Sandra Maltzfelder. So guys, what is a triathlon? It's a swim of 750 meters, it's a 20-kilometer bike, and a 5K run. In 2021, I started competing at a national level and an international level. I was classified in Spain as a PTVI B3 athlete, which allows me to participate in the sprint category in paratriathlon as a visually impaired athlete with the assistance of a female guide. So how do we do it? We swim connected with a stretchy tether along that's tied on our legs. We ride on a tandem bicycle, and obviously I'm at the back. And lastly, we run holding a tether. In 2021, I had the privilege of representing South Africa at the Commonwealth Games. In a world where challenges can often seem overwhelming, I wanted to share my story to inspire every one of you, regardless of your background or your circumstance. Living with Stargardt's disease has presented its own sets of challenges, but it has never defined me or my capabilities or limited my dreams. Instead, it has become a driving force propelling me forward in my pursuit of health, wellness, and the joy of living life to the fullest. I firmly believe that our health is the foundation upon which we build our dreams, and wellness is the compass guiding us towards a fulfilling life. I decided last year to try out the sport of lawn bowls, and I had the courage to participate in the Nationals in Cape Town this March. I feel incredibly proud to have earned gold in the singles event, which is the B3 category, and gold in the mixed pairs event too, which was the B3, B4 category. I was partnered alongside one of our very own Protea parabolers, Princess Schrader. My director is none other than my beautiful husband, Dion. We were then invited to participate in the IBD, which is the International Bowls for the Disabled Championships here held in South Africa in May. I represented the IBD South African team and was partnered with Singapore in the mixed pairs. And the reason I was partnered is because they didn't have enough B3 participants that came over from Singapore, so they filled us in where we needed to be. And at the moment, I'm in pursuit of bringing awareness to the community for my love for parasports. Hence why Retina South Africa has now incorporated our new project called the Say by Side campaign, which is a driving force towards parasport development, amongst other things. Retina South Africa, who is the organizer and beneficiary of the Disc Ride for Sight, made a huge impact this year. We took entries in the para category from 4 to 54, of which 34 individuals have sight loss, some even completely blind. But we had provided this opportunity for them to get onto a bicycle, some that had never even ridden on a bicycle before. Our youngest participant was Ashley, and she was 12, completely blind, and she had a sighted pilot that took her on the back. She was in a buggy, and he had taken her on the bicycle, and she finished 8 kilometers. Retina has several upcoming fundraising events, and with every event, the Save Our Sight program aims to empower individuals with visual impairments and physical disabilities through parasports, fostering inclusivity and promoting physical activity and social integration. By providing adaptive equipment, training, mentorship, and support, this program seeks to create opportunities for para-athletes and individuals to participate in various sporting events, enhancing their health, their skills, and their confidence. The number and demographics of the beneficiaries may vary based on the participation interest that we receive. We do, however, understand that there are challenges and issues. Things like high costs that are associated with supporting para-athletes, transport expenses, equipment costs, and then obviously there's a need for assistance if you are visually impaired. But we do have a proposed solution with an emphasis on equal opportunities and inclusions for any sponsor or partner that may be interested in joining us on this incredible journey. In the face of challenges, it's crucial for us to understand, for us to stand tall, support one another, and shatter the misconceptions that may hold us back. My journey as the first female para-triathlete to represent South Africa at the Commonwealth Games was not without its trials, but it was fueled by a relentless belief that individuals who have sight loss can redefine what is possible. Please be reminded that physical fitness is a strong component of your general health and your vision health. And lastly, I want to share an amazing device that I've recently been introduced to, and that's the Onyx. I do have it here today for you to all have a look at. That works incredibly well for people that have central vision loss. When I do put it on, I could actually see faces, smiles, details, and it did bring a tear to my eye. These glasses can be used to watch TV, which I do definitely do, and you can read a book, which I definitely don't have time to do. They're also ideal for reading recipes, which I love to cook, and viewing menus, etc., etc. It fits easily into my handbag, it's light, it's comfortable to wear, it has great smart features. And before I close, I just want to tell you a little bit about the events that we've got going at Retina. So next weekend we have our Para Golf Day, Taste Day at Benoni Lake Club, and we've partnered with SA Blind Golf. And that day will be specifically for anyone with vision loss, or if you're completely blind, to come and see what it's like to play golf. I've never played golf myself. I will be there. And if you haven't registered, please do. It's a great opportunity for you to showcase who you are. And if you have a visual impairment, you can do anything you want to do. You just have to put your mind to it and believe in yourself and be brave enough to say, you know what, I'm ready. And even if I look silly, who cares? Because believe me, guys, those guys on the field and the golf course and the lawn bowls that are watching you are in absolute awe. Every time I play a game, if it's triathlon, if it's lawn bowls, if I cycle, I always have people coming up to me to ask me, how do we do it? What do we do? How does this work? And they are very inspired by our capabilities as someone that doesn't have vision. I often just get told, it doesn't look like you have anything wrong with you. Where are your glasses? You know. But the truth is that I probably only have about 10% central vision. The second event that we have is our Swing for Sight in collaboration with the Diskin Foundation. We were very fortunate to sell out within 8 days our 4 balls. So next year that we are going to try and see if we can take both horses to get more partners on board. The Para Golf Day is a leading event up to the Swing for Sight, and from there we will select 3 or 4, or a 4 ball actually, that will participate in our Swing for Sight Day. And play with all the other able bodies, and again bringing awareness to Retina South Africa and to anyone that is either visually impaired or blind. From there we have our Spin for Sight in collaboration with the Specialist Eye Centre, Dr. Joanne Miller, We are hosting this event at 3 Virgin Actives, Bedfordview, Bryanston and Randburg. And you're able to come and spin for an hour if you can. It's really at any level. It's 160 Rand per hour. Everything obviously comes through to Retina. It's going to be a great day. And there specifically, we are targeting any ophthalmologist or optometrist to come on board and just give back to Retina for the day. This year will be the first year that we have registered with the 94.7 Ride Joburg as a charity. So our charity drive takes place on the 17th of November. It's our debut event, and we've had some great response from people that I don't know. So newsletters have gone out, and we've had several cyclists already sign up to be a part of our cause and to learn more about Retina, which is amazing. We do have people that are visually impaired and blind that rode with me at the Discem this year, at the Discem Ride for Sight, that are looking for volunteers, people that want to take them on tandem bicycles, that will join us that day. We are looking for sponsors to sponsor these people, because obviously there's transport issues, costs on transport and time, costs like entry fees. Oh, and I forgot to mention our Bowls for Sight. So that's quite an interesting event, only because I play lawn bowls, and we invite anyone that is visually impaired to come and join us that day. We will have directors for you, so director is provided to find the line so that you can hit the little ball at the back bottom of the green, which is a white ball. I can't see that far, so Dion will stand with his foot. It's his responsibility to find the line for me correctly, and I just bowl to his foot, which is about 2 or 3 meters away. And it's just a great day out, guys. So please sign up, come and join us for the day. If you have any questions on any of these events, you can contact us. And then obviously our flagship event is next year. We have the Discem Ride for Sight. We are aiming for 100 participants at next year's para category, and we would love to have you on a bicycle. We do have some training sessions leading up to the event, so you're not on your own on the day. And it really is great, guys, to be cycling alongside or playing bowls or golf or whatever it is alongside other people that want to find out more about sports. It's really exciting, and especially when you know that someone's actually going through the same thing as what you are. And it's okay to just be normal for the day. You know, there's no stigma attached to our disabilities, and we just create an inclusive community for the day. So, in closing, please don't let the fear of failure, or the fear of success, or the fear of judgment from others hold you back. Thanks.